Hi, hello, welcome back. This is Jayalakshmi of YG College of Engineering. Now we are going to discuss the next topic in the POM, that is job satisfaction and job enrichment. Let me start with the job satisfaction. What is job satisfaction? Job satisfaction refers to how well a job provides fulfillment of need or want, or how well it serves as a source or means of enjoyment. Job satisfaction is the degree to which individuals feel positively or negatively about their job. Okay, for example, if you are a student, when you will feel your job is satisfied, if you are getting that best teaching from your teachers, then you will feel that one you are a best student. If you are show your output as a best performance, if you are listening to your teacher, if she provides the uh, best lecture to you, then she will be satisfied with her job. If she provides the job well satisfied lecture to you, then you will give your output best. Okay, that is called job satisfaction. Next, when you will get the job satisfaction, if your job factors or the problems you are facing will be decreased, and your performance will be increased due to the job factors, then you will give the best performance to your firm, then you will get the job satisfaction, that is shown here. Then sources of job satisfaction, organizational factors. The when you are taking that one, what are all the sources of job satisfaction which gives job satisfaction to you? There we are having four factors. One is organizational factor, another one work environmental factor, and then the work itself, then personal factor. Let me start with the organizational factors. Salaries, promotion, and company policies, these gives organizational factors, that gives job satisfaction based on your organization. The organization you are, if you are choosing an organization that gives high salary and promotion chances, and if you are feel comfortable with the company policies, then you will get the job satisfaction. Similarly, work environment, that is supervision, the group you are working with, and the working conditions give job satisfaction. The work itself, if you are taking the job which is your aim, okay, which satisfied your scope, variety, which gives variety, autonomy and freedom. If you are having a freedom to complete your job, then you will have the job satisfaction. Role ambiguity and role conflict, interesting work, if that work is more interesting, then you will show the best output. Okay, then personal factor, age and seniority, tenure, personality. Some if you are a marketing manager, your personality is very important. If you are an aged person, you are not able to handle the loads, so that they are giving affecting your job satisfaction. Next, job satisfaction process. It job satisfaction, you are, if you like that job, you have to evaluate that one, whether you like that job or not. If you don't like a job, then it won't give a job satisfaction. Next, you have to get cognitive, that is whether your work is challenging and interesting. If you are doing the regular work, repeatedly doing the same work, means you will feel boring, so that won't give job satisfaction. Next, behavioral. If I am reliable and I work hard, then I will get the job satisfaction. If I am suitable for the job, and definitely I will work hard for getting the output, that time I will get the job satisfaction. Next, job satisfaction theories and models. We are having affect theory and then dispositional approach, two factor theory. Okay, that is already we have discussed this two factor theory. Next we will discuss about that affect theory and job characteristics models. Let me start with that affect theory. What is that affect theory says? If we are having that, that is Edwin A. Lake's range of affect theory in 1976. He gives that one. The main premise of this theory is that satisfaction is determined by the discrepancy between what one wants in a job and what one got from the job. Okay, if he is expecting more money for his work, If he got that money, then he will have the job satisfaction. If you are expecting high payment for his job, if he is not getting that salary, then he won't get that job satisfaction. Next, dispositional approach. The dispositional approach suggests that individuals vary in their tendency to be satisfied with their jobs. In other words, job satisfaction is to some extent an individual trait. It depends upon the individuality. This approach became notable explanation of job satisfaction of light of evidence that job satisfaction tends to stable over time and across careers and jobs. Research also indicates that identical twins raised apart have similar levels of job satisfaction. That is how they are given a job, and based on their approach, how they are approached for the job, that will give the job satisfaction. Okay. Situational theory. That is, the situational occurrences theory emerged in 1992 when by these three members. They are giving that two factors gives the job satisfaction. One is situational characteristics and situational occurrence. Based on that only you will get the job satisfaction. Situational characteristics and situational occurrence. Monitoring performance to measure job satisfaction. If you are monitored by some people, that is to measure their job satisfaction. Some people work very well in the Monday. Okay, for example, if you are a working people, in Monday we will start with the N2. If it is going on Tuesday, Wednesday, if you are doing the repeated job, then you will get bored from that one. So you will be observed, an employee will be observed how he is performing his job. During Monday, how he is performing. During Friday, how he is performing. That shows how much he is getting the job satisfied. So many measures are there. That is, by arising questionnaires, you can measure your job satisfaction also. And some measures are there. Measuring job satisfaction, single global rating is one question rating. By asking one question, you can get that. By arising one question, you can get the job satisfied or not. And for summation scores, we can give some scorecards about their satisfaction. Okay, so from that one you can get that you can measure their job satisfaction. In general, people are satisfied with their jobs. That depends on the facts of facets of job satisfaction. It tends to less satisfied with pay and promotion opportunities. If you are not paid well, then you won't be satisfied. Next topic we are going to discuss is job enrichment. That is, though you are having a job, it should be a challenging job. So if you are doing the same work repeatedly, that is அரைச்சமாவே அரைச்சா எப்படி இருக்கும், நமக்கு போர் அடிக்கும். So here if you are getting a challenging job, then which is less repetitive, you will have that interest in completing the job. Okay, that is called job enrichment. Okay, the core job dimensions. It should have skill variety, task identity, task significance. These three factors tends to experience the meaningfulness of a job. Okay, if you are having a job, you should have the skill to complete the job. That task identity and task significance. The task should be unique and it should be done by you only. It should have significance. Then only you will experience the meaningful of work. Then autonomy. If you are giving a responsible, if you are giving a freedom, then you will get the job satisfaction. Based on the feedback, job feedback, whether your knowledge is respected. That is, employee growth needs strength, contextual factors, knowledge and skill. Based on their feedback, they have to correct their requirements. Okay, they have to get more skills, and based on that they will get the outcome. Okay, job enrichment options. First one, rotate a job. Give people the opportunity to use a variety of skills and perform different kinds of work. Then only they will get the job satisfaction. Okay, combinational work activities to provide more challenging and complex work assigned. Then break your typical functional lines and form project focused units. Identify a project and focus on that one. That gives job enrichment option. Create autonomous work teams. This is job enrichment at the group level. Then implement participative management. Allow team members to participate in decision making and get involved in strategic planning. That gives more job satisfaction. Advantages of job enrichment. The importance or merits of or advantages of job enrichments are: job enrichment is useful in both workers as well as for the organization. The worker get recognition and self actuation. Okay, the workers get a sense of belonging to the organization. The worker finds the job meaningful. Job enrichment reduces the absenteeism, labor turnover and grievances. It motivates the workers to give best performance. They will give more their best performance. Disadvantage of job enrichment: assumption that worker have right attitude to make decision may go wrong. Suppose if you are giving an option to less experienced less skilled person to take decision, that tends to wrong decision. Okay, many employees are not comfortable with usual decision making. There can be an ego problem when you are giving some opportunity in a team, more than if a less experienced person taking a decision and that was accepted, means the more experienced person will get that as a ego problem. When people are dissatisfied with the organization, then job enrichment cannot solve the problem. Okay, these are all about the job enrichment and job satisfaction. We will discuss the next topic in the next class.